The Justice League podcast with 2Gs is brought to you by IMOSportsTV.com.
Welcome to another episode of the Justice League podcast with your boy, Pedro Justice and Hendo. Well, there's a lot of things that have been going on in sports this week, but we first want to start out with the aftermath of Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman. What are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, let me introduce myself as Hendo Damas.
Yes.
I accurately predicted Manny Pacquiao would be victorious in a decision.
That you did?
And that is exactly what happened.
You are right. You and my heart were right.
But your head was wrong.
Yeah, my head was with conventional wisdom of if Keith Thurman fought like he should have fought, meaning that he would try to do good in the earlier rounds and then do his runaway, because that's what he does. But when he got knocked down in that first round, that threw all of that out the window because he's already down.
Manny Pacquiao was brilliant. Manny Pacquiao brought the legendary Pac-Man into the ring.
He did.
And it was more than Thurman could handle.
It definitely was. And even with that being said, I still saw instances where Keith Thurman could have put Manny Pacquiao down and put him in a lot of trouble, because even Freddie Roach admitted Manny Pacquiao was gassed, but Keith Thurman didn't do anything.
You're right. I'm not saying that he was a pushover at all.
Oh, of course
I'm
not.
just saying Manny Pacquiao came at a very high level, and I don't think Keith Thurman was ready for that.
He was not ready for that. Here's what makes it look bad on Keith Thurman's part is that he's 30. Manny Pacquiao is 40. But he was talking so much trash.
All the smack in the world.
All of the trash talk. Here's where I said my heart, what I really wanted to happen was with Manny Pacquiao, is when he said that he was going to crucify Manny Pacquiao. So Manny Pacquiao's, I could just say, spiritual guy. Not religious, because people take that a different kind of way, but he has a personal relationship with his Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Yes,
and so saying crucify was blasphemous to him. And the looks on his face, he was like, I'm going to make you pay in the ring. I'm not going to talk trash. I'm going to punish you in the ring. And that he did. Now, what I've been mentioning throughout the week is that Keith Thurman had big shots on Manny Pacquiao, but he didn't have any combination punching. And so you need combinations. So every time Keith Thurman did something good, Manny Pacquiao would come back with a combination.
Manny Pacquiao is accustomed to getting hit in the head. You hit him once.
He didn't. Yeah.
He's going to shake it off if you give him a chance.
Yes.
And that's what happened.
And that's what you are absolutely right. He gave him a chance and he shook it off. I saw when he was tired the second half of the fight. But Keith Thurman could not capitalize. It was just like, it did look to me as a fighter who has not been in the ring in 22 months. One fight beforehand, I felt that Keith Thurman needed more tune-up fights so he could have that feeling of being back in the ring.
How many fights would have been adequate, do you think, before he fought a legend like?
3 fights. 2 fights if it's just like you're just demolishing the guys. But based on how he performed against Josecito Lopez, he needed 2 more fights just to get his bearings back and have that confidence. He needed his mouth and his actual actions to match up.
Did he write a check that his body couldn't cash?
Definitely did, sir. Bounced. And that's when his bottom bounced off that canvas, and he was looking at Manny Pacquiao the whole time on the way down like, how is this happening?
Oh, no.
Boom, boom, boom. And he looked at Manny Pacquiao the whole time like, I'm not hurt. It doesn't matter if you're hurt. You're down 10-8. It looked bad. He has heart because he was a champion. He fought back. I believe it was the 10th round. He got hit with a body shot, and he was like wincing, wheezing, but he stayed up. He did not go down.
He fought a very good fight.
Yes.
He was not a pushover.
Nope.
It was not something easy for Manny Pacquiao.
No, of course not.
I think the next time that we see Keith Thurman in the ring, I think he's going to be up to speed. I think he's going to be ready. I think he's going to be a winner next time.
I believe so as well. If he's a caution. I feel that he needs a tune-up fight. People let me take this moment to say public service announcement. This is a person's boxing career. And to you boxers out there listening to this, it's your career. Don't listen to the fans. Don't listen to the media. Don't listen to any promoters. Do what is in your best interest for your body and for your family. If you know you've been out of the ring for 2 years, don't try to fight somebody who's going to be a Hall of Fame legend. Don't do that. You need to tune up, meaning when you tune up is basically you've been working and training on your own. You feel great, but you need to prove it in front of the ring under the hot lights. You don't need to come on a pay-per-view fight, your first pay-per-view fight in your whole career after one fight where you almost got stopped in that fight. I don't think it was a good business decision. From the looks of it, you only got $2.5 million, which is great, and you probably get from on the back end of that as well. So you do make out great in that instance, but you should have got at least $5 million if you're going to take such a big risk. So people, this is a public service announcement. It's your career. Don't listen to anyone but yourself, your body, and make sure that you give yourself the best opportunity to win. Okay, back.
I think that's wisdom that all athletes, all professional athletes,
Yes.
or semi-professional athletes can take.
Yes. It's just one of those things that I've just been thinking about this week, and it's just like, you know what? I wanted Manny Pacquiao to win. That's why I said my heart means is like I really want something to happen. But if this guy's talking this much trash, he has a game plan, and he was not able to execute it. But I do give him kudos for he is a champion because he fought back, and he had Manny Pacquiao looking in trouble at some times, but he could never capitalize on it.
And I think that just comes from the layoff.
Yes. And the other thing is being undefeated in boxing means nothing. It's about having a career because you're going to have instances where you did everything possible to win and the judges give the other person the decision. So you can't harp on that. Your job is to fight your best every time you're in the ring and leave it at that. And then let us talk about it later
Be exciting. Have personality.
Yes. Yes, Keith Thurman needs a tune-up fight before he fights another big name. This doesn't mean that he can't still have a better style against Errol Spence or a rematch with Sean Porter or Danny Garcia. It just means that now he's got a wake-up call that you've been out 2 years talking trash but hadn't been in the ring performing it, and your body cast a check. Your mouth put a check out that your body couldn't cash.
Bounce hard.
Bounce.
You go to jail for that.
You go to jail for that. So my salute to Manny Pacquiao.
The Pac-Man.
To Pac-Man. That Mayweather stuff, we'll get to that another day. And Keith Thurman for being a stand-up guy and owning everything. Let's see if you can bounce back from this.
I think he can.
I think he can.